This DePin project has a token that is listed and has already risen by 20% in the last month. This project allows you to run a node on a PC that is helping to build the world's largest web data index, and they're using that to launch their own search engine very soon. They have a bunch of nodes that are going to power this network, and I'm running one of those nodes. Now, they've had 2 previous node sales which have all sold out, and the third one is coming up on the 29th of July. This is going to be a sale which is in high demand, and for the first 3 days it's going to be a closed whitelist sale. But don't worry, I've got you covered as always. There's a link in the description that's going to help you whitelist for that sale. But you'll have to hurry because the deadline for registering for that is on the 1st of August. And make sure you stay till the end of the video, as I'll give you exclusive access to the whitelist spot for the sale, give you a 10% discount code, show all of my full earnings from the nodes that I'm running at the moment, and I'll also show you how you can get your wallet address so that you don't miss out on the whitelist. Some people are not going to do that and they're not going to be whitelisted. And don't click off if you're watching after the 29th of July because the public sale will still be live and I'll have a discount for you available for that. In this video, I'll go over the details of the pre-sale that's happening from the 29th of July, as well as how you can get involved in the public sale after that. I'll do a brief overview on Timpi. I'll share with you the 5 reasons why I'm bullish on this project. I'll then show you the different nodes and how they earn, especially showing you the new node that's going on sale in this node sale. And lastly, I'll talk you through how you can get whitelisted on this sale, step by step, showing you how you can get your wallet address. The process has slightly changed. I'll have timestamps on the screen, links in the description. Let's get into this time-sensitive video. Right, before we get into the main part of the video, I do want to tell you about some time-sensitive information, and that is because Timpi is having their 3rd node sale. That's taking place on the 29th of July. For 72 hours is going to be the closed whitelist, and then after that is going to be the public sale. Now, the last 2 sales were sold out, so this is time-sensitive. There is an expectation that they'll be sold out in the pre-sale, but there may be some left after that period. They're going to be sending the Founders Edition Geocore nodes. These have never been sold before, as well as Founders Edition Synaptron nodes. I covered those in my last video. They are actually the highest earning nodes that they sell. Now, this is going to be through a whitelist, as I mentioned, but don't worry, I've got you covered. We've got a whitelist form that's in the description. All you have to do is fill it out, and you're going to need to enter something called a Netero wallet address. This is not a MetaMask wallet address. You need to download a wallet and generate that. But don't worry, later on in the video, especially the last part, if you want to skip to that, I do a step-by-step tutorial on how you can get that wallet address so you can paste it in here before the deadline to get whitelisted. Now, this form is going to be active throughout the whitelist period, so even after the 29th of July, you can fill it out. But once the whitelist period ends, don't worry, don't click off, because you can still get access to the public sale. You can use the discount code Passive Crypto to get 10% off in the public sale, and in the pre-sale, I'll email you a link that you can use, but the code is still Passive Crypto. Now, as you can see, there are 4 main nodes on sale. The Founders Edition Geocore nodes and the Founders Edition Synaptron nodes are those going to be that are going to be earning the most. And you can see that with the Geocore nodes, you'll be earning 800 tokens a month, and the Synaptron will be earning between 1,600 and 1,400 tokens. And at today's price, that's either $20 a month or it's going to be $40 a month. That's at today's price, but obviously it's been higher in the past. That could be close to $100 if it goes to that price. I'll have all of the information in the rest of the video, but I thought I'd just let you know so that you don't miss out. Remember, don't click off. If you're watching this in the public sale, you can still get access by clicking the link in the description. Right, so let's jump into the Timpi website. We can do a brief overview of the project. I am not going to go into detail in this section because I did do an in-depth video before, so I'll link that in the description so you can learn more about the use case for this project. But Timpi, in a nutshell, is democratizing and decentralizing web data. And at the moment, data is the most valuable asset in the world. The problem we have at the moment is that it's hidden behind gatekeepers. The way that web data is indexed, the way that it's stored, the way that it's presented and processed is all through centralized platforms. If you look at search engines, which is one of the largest users of data, well, Google and Bing, etc., they decide what gets indexed and what gets hidden. The data is collected and monetized with no transparency, and some of the small publishers actually get deprioritized and censored without information. But Timpi is trying to create an unfiltered and independent access to data, which can be utilized by a whole plethora of businesses, from agriculture to hospitality to marketing, etc. And it's doing that by deploying a decentralized network of nodes. To date, they've got thousands of nodes that are operating across the world, and each of their node sales have sold out. That's why this upcoming node sale on the 29th of July is an exciting one, because they're releasing a new one of their nodes. And they have 4 different types of nodes, which we'll briefly break down in the section of the video when we cover the nodes. And these nodes have different utilities. So they've got nodes that can crawl the internet and get that data. They've then got indexing and storage nodes. They've got processing nodes that leverage the power of GPUs to process AI. And they've also got the geocore nodes, which they'll be selling for the first time in this upcoming sale, which is going to coordinate the nodes and also reduce latency. Now, Timpi actually have a token that's listed. Current market cap is around $3.9 million. The previous high was around December when it was around 6 cents. It's currently sitting around the 3 cents mark. And I think it's got a lot of potential. Of course, no financial advice in any of my videos. So that's Timpi basically in a nutshell. And as I said, I'll have a link in the description on a more in-depth review of what Timpi do. Right, so this is the 3rd video that I'm creating on the Timpi project. And I just want to share my personal opinions on why I'm bullish on Timpi. Now, this is not financial advice, but it's just something that I'm looking at, especially when I analyze DePin projects. Now, one of the first things that I look at is a team on a project, and Timpi has a fully public team. In fact, you can go to their website, you can find them on LinkedIn, and they have a ton of experience in research and development and the management of data as well as Web3. And they've got a pretty stacked and public team. Now, these are all professionals that are meeting the minimum standards, that are really pushing this project forward. And I'm in contact with some of the team members and I find them to be very professional. The second reason I'm quite bullish on this project is because the token is listed, and recently they were actually listed on the Bitmart exchange. At the moment, they're on a few different exchanges, including MXC and some decentralized exchanges as well. And I just think as the market is hottening up at the moment, being exposed to centralized and decentralized exchanges does help the project. Now, the token has been at an all-time high of 6 cents and it's dropping now around 3 cents, but I think it's got potential, even if it reaches the previous all-time highs, to do quite well for those who invest. The other reason I'm bullish is that they're just about to launch their search engine. Now, Timpi actually have the largest decentralized web index. They've got over 5 billion pages that they've indexed over the internet, and I can't wait for this decentralized DePin search engine to go live. I'm going to use it myself personally because at the moment I'm getting a bit fed up with Google and the AI manipulated answers that I'm getting. I'm not really getting the answers that I wanted and we used to love with platforms like Google. So that's the 3rd reason why I'm bullish, because they've got a fully working product. Of course, they're going to be generating revenue through that search engine as well. And the 4th reason is that they've actually got the ability for people to start utilizing APIs with the web indexing and data that they have at the moment, so people can use it in the real world. And this is going to be a huge benefit in AI models, because as you know, at the moment, all of the AI models are relying on data. And actually, Timpi have got this data because we're helping build it. And so this is the 4th reason, because they've got the ability for people to actually start using it. Now, it's free, but if you need it at a large scale, they're going to start generating revenue from that as well. And from what I know, they're actually already generating a little bit of revenue from this. And the last reason that I'm bullish on this is because every single node sale they've had so far has actually sold out, and they've got a very passionate community. This project rewards the community quite heavily. When you purchase especially a Founders Edition node, it goes through something called a battle testing, and you get additional tokens when you use it. Actually, if you have existing nodes from before, you get additional discounts in the node sales that they have. So these are some of the reasons why I'm bullish on this project. Let's jump into the nodes, how they earn, focusing on the new nodes that are happening on this sale. I just want to pause the video here. If you're taking value from any of the content that I'm sharing so far, there's 2 things that I want you to do if you can. One is to click like on the video. And if you're not already subscribed, it doesn't cost you anything, but by subscribing to the video, you support my channel, and you'll also hear when new projects do come up. Now, I do interact with people in the comments section, so if you have any queries, good or bad, reflections to be made, leave your question in the comment section and I'll get back to you. Right. Let's jump into the rest of the video. I like about this project is that they are very open about the nodes that they have for sale. For example, the geocore node was something that they advertised on their website a long time ago, but this sale is the first time that they're selling it. Of course, they've already had sales on the previous nodes, and my last video was quite in-depth on the Synaptron node, so I'm not going to cover the rest of the nodes in detail. I'm briefly going to talk about them and then mention the geocore node. Now, the project does have 4 nodes. The collector node, which is the web indexing node, which is designed to go across the internet and start crawling the internet and collecting the data. They've then got the Guardian node, which could be seen as the storage node, so this indexes and stores the data. They've got the Synaptron node, which processes raw data with AI and machine learning, so you need a GPU to run that. And they've got the geocore node, which is going to oversee and coordinate all of the nodes operationally, actually reducing redundancy and latency as well. I'll have a link in the description if you want to learn more about what each of these nodes do. Now, the geocore node actually has very low specs. It only needs 4 4-core CPU, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and 3 gigabytes of free disk space. Of course, you can run this centrally. I use Node Orbit, but you can run it on your own PC if you want to save a little bit of money. And the Synaptron node, which is the other Founders Edition node available on this sale, has a few higher specs. The main one is going to be your GPU. So whether you're tier 1 or tier 2, that's going to depend how much you earn when it comes to these nodes. Now, one thing I like about this project is that they're very open about their earning. Now, having a look at the rewards for these nodes, as you can see, the Founders Edition nodes always earn a little bit more than the regular nodes. As you can see here, Founders Edition nodes have a 50% reward boosts for 12 and 5 months respectively. So that's why people like to get involved in those nodes. And the rewards are very transparent. The Geocore nodes are going to earn 800 tokens a month. It could be more if other tokens are not live. The Synaptron nodes are going to earn either 1600 tokens or 1400 tokens, depending on the tier, as I mentioned, which is your spec. The regular Guardian nodes are going to earn 667 tokens a month, and the regular collector nodes are going to earn 379 tokens a month. You can, of course, go into something like CoinGecko and you can enter the amounts retrospectively, and you can work out what that is today. But of course, this is about a long hold on this project. The last thing to mention is that these nodes have limited numbers, and I expect the Synaptron and the Geocore nodes to actually be sold out quite quickly, as well as some of the other nodes as well. Now, quickly showing you the earnings that I've received from my Founders Edition Guardian node. You can see here, these are the rewards for June, and I received 1,159 tokens. Here in May, you can see I received 1,200 tokens, and in April, I received around 1,200 tokens. So I actually received more than the advertised amount. That was around 1,000 tokens, and the reason is because other people have penalties or their nodes were not online, but I actually ran mine through Node Orbit, so I didn't really have to think about it being online or offline. And I'll have a link in the description if that's something you're interested in as well. So I've been earning tokens since around October. I actually onboarded my node a little bit late because I had some issues with my computer, but that's around 9,600 tokens, which is roughly around $261. Now that's at today's price. Of course, at the previous price, that was around $800. I'm holding on to these tokens because I am bullish on the future, and so that's why with any of these projects, it's not about quick returns, it's about understanding the fundamentals and understanding what is the use case of this project for you to get your rewards. So that's the nodes, how they earn, and what the earnings are going to be. Let me quickly show you how you can whitelist for this sale. The process for whitelisting, if you're watching during that time, is super simple. Simply fill out the form in the link below and you'll automatically be whitelisted for the sale and you'll receive an email. If not, you can simply click on my link and that'll take you to the node sale page. Your wallet address is what gets whitelisted. Now you'll need to enter something called a Netero wallet address, and don't worry, I'm going to show you that in the next section shortly, but that's going to allow you to get whitelisted. Now, purchase for this sale can be in the Timpi token, or it can also be in USDT or USDC on ETH, or USDT and USDC on the Polygon chain. If you didn't manage to get involved in the private whitelist, well, the public sale will take place and you can either use the link in the description or use the code Passive Crypto, and that will get you in. Right, let me show you how you can get your wallet address so you can paste it on the whitelist form ahead of the private sale. Right, let me move on to the last part of the video, which is showing you how you can get your wallet and also get your Netero wallet address, because the process has slightly changed. This is going to allow you to whitelist, and this is also the address where you're going to receive your NFT, so make sure you prepare it. So step one is going to click on the link in the description or just Google Kepler. This is a browser extension wallet and you want to download that. It's going to give you the opportunity to save your private key and your secret words. Please, please, please write it down on paper, store it away safely. You're going to need access to that. If you don't have your keys, you don't have your wallet. Once you've got that, you can actually go into the Kepler wallet, click on the 3 lines here and click on add and remove chains. Here you search for Netero, that's the chain, and you can add that because the Timpi token sits on that chain, right? So that was step 2. Step 3 is to click the link in the description. That's going to take you to the node sale page. Here you can see it says get Netero wallet address. Now that's going to connect to your wallet and it's going to give you your Netero wallet address. Now that's the address you're going to copy, and then you're going to paste that into my whitelisted form. That's going to allow you to get whitelisted for the sale, and you're going to paste that somewhere around here. And that's it. That's the details that you have to register for this sale. The process to purchase is super simple. You simply click on the link that you're going to receive. This is during the pre-sale and the public sale. It's going to connect to your Kepler wallet. wallet. You're going to choose the NFT that you want to buy, and that's where you can choose how you pay. You can actually connect another MetaMask if you want to pay by USDC or USDT, or if you want to pay by Timpi tokens, you can do that as well. And the sale is going to be transacted and will be sent to your wallet. And if you do have questions about this node or any of the other nodes that I've talked about, you can jump into my Discord. If I can't help you, I've got a bunch of really helpful people that help you do that. And I've also got a mailing list, so if you want to subscribe to that, you can do so. That's it for this video. I hope you found a ton of value, and congratulations if you got some of the previous Timpi nodes. Hopefully this pays off for you. I'll have a link in the description to my previous Timpi videos, and if you like this type of content, well, you can check this one out here. Right, that's it from me. I'll catch you in the next video.